That was the third quarter from hell. Four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 turnovers, giving up 3 touchdowns off those 4 turnovers just in the third quarter. It would have been 4 turnovers that directly led to 4 touchdowns, but mercifully, the third quarter ended. Then a minute and a half later, Joe Burrow and the guys scored that fourth touchdown off the fourth turnover. Needless to say, back breaking. And for all the fans that need the more fodder to say, blow this thing up, cut Tua, fire Mike McDaniel, get a new GM, get rid of the water boys, the trainers, everybody, blow it up.
Not even the mascot's safe right now, Dan.
Huge fodder for that. They've got some fire right there. After a big-time blowout and one of the worst third quarters I have ever seen, Bengals 45-21 over the Miami Dolphins. I am Dan Day, by the way. Where you at? Along with Chico City. Chico City, you are a lifelong Dolphins fan. Born and raised in Little Haiti.
Little Havana. Born and raised in Little Havana.
Little Havana. You've been through it all. As a lifelong Dolphins fan, do you want Mike McDaniel out of here after that performance?
I wanted him out of here yesterday. Yeah, that last week's performance. I'm so ashamed right now. I'm wearing a mask in studio.
If you're watching us on YouTube and Twitch, yes, that is Chico City covering his face right now because he's embarrassed with the performance the Dolphins gave today.
I did see some things I like, though, from yours.
I think yours is showing you that he could one day maybe be a backup quarterback in this league. I don't have a lot of faith in him.
He seemed a little nonchalant back there. Didn't feed into any of that pressure. Got some passes off, and a couple of those turnovers weren't really all on him. So, I saw some good stuff from a rookie today, at least.
It's unfortunate to say this. It was refreshing. Some of the things in this game were refreshing. Unfortunately, it was watching Joe Burrow. We haven't seen good quarterback play in so long. To see a quarterback that makes good decisions, that has physical talents, that has it between the ears, that makes big plays, that can carve up a defense, it was somewhat refreshing. Unfortunately, it was against our Miami Dolphins. If you're one of those people that wants to clean house, this is the day, and just maybe, this is the game we've been waiting for all year. We knew it was going to come eventually, where the team just kind of quit.
You were there with me, Dan. We were watching the game together, and every time Mike McDaniels came on the TV, I was like, you better not smile.
Yeah,
you better not
Dolphins
smile. You better not enjoy it. You better not even sneeze.
Yeah, we're not enjoying this. You better not enjoy this. 305-567-0560. We want to hear from you, Dolphins fan. Are you just giving up? Are you angry? Are you saying, this is why I've said clean house for the past 2 years? Let us know. 305-567-0560. You're going to go straight to the phone lines. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bob from North Miami. How are you?
Bob, I am hurting right now. That made me physically ill that third quarter. But how about you?
Listen, from the second half of the Pittsburgh game, the defense has quit. I mean, there is nothing. They've given up 66 points in sixth quarter, and there was absolutely lay down. I mean, where is defense? Everybody was talking Weaver this, Weaver that. They have to clean house from the defensive coordinator, the coach. I mean, even through the game last week, it's like there was no hurry. There was nothing. Even they were down. Even now he has 3 timeouts. He basically waved away his flag. I like to see a fight from this team. I know we're not going to win this game, but let's see what the kid can do. Throw the ball. He was just no timeout, no whatever. Let's run out and get home. And I think this was his last game because you can't excuse this. They had 4 turnovers, including what I consider turnover when you give up on downs. And everyone resulted.
That's a turnover on downs. That counts. That counts as a turnover. That's a turnover on downs.
That's 4 turnovers. That's 28 points.
In a quarter.
That's 28 points. In 2. I mean, where is the defense? Where was all of this stuff?
The defense was getting carved up. I know they kind of quit, but they were getting carved up on the ground. And, I mean, look, Chase Brown scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter alone.
I mean, the defense has to be exhausted. They're on the field the entire game.
Well, yeah.
But at least one thing we know, we do have a backup quarterback until we see. The kid, he had an arm.
You did.
It wasn't flickering. I mean, the ball was
that was refreshing. Refreshing to actually see a ball with some zip on it out of a Dolphins uniform. Yes, it was somewhat refreshing.
The first turnover was a fluke. I mean, he put the ball right on the money. He got hit at the same time he got up. And the second one was a great interception by the defensive player. So I saw some positive from this quarterback.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's going to grow. He's going to have to grow, and he's going to have 2 more games to grow. Let's be honest, because Tua ain't getting back in, and it don't look like Zach Wilson has any design of getting in there either.
It was nice to see somebody having some fun.
The way he acted, the game was not too big for this quarterback.
He looked a lot better than the Browns game. I will give him that, because the Browns game, he looked like he was a deer in the headlights. Look, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're upset. I understand. This was a showing. Like I said, I told Chico's wearing something covering his face right now. Dolphins fans are embarrassed about this. It physically made me feel ill in that third quarter. And once again, this is the thing I always say, and I can't stress it enough. Mike McDaniel, and now the national media has caught on to it, his adjustments at halftime, nothing. It looked like Joe Burrow could do whatever he wanted to in that third quarter. They make the worst, either no adjustments or worse adjustments coming out of halftime. Every team looks like they just kind of, it's like a boxing match. You feel each other out for the first half, and then they come out in the third and they just whoop, 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 whoop. That is something that you really, really have to worry about with Mike McDaniel, although you might not have to worry about it too much longer after that showing. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead.
It's Louis from West Palm Beach.
Go ahead, Louis.
Listen, man, Mike McDaniels is the next chip to fall, and that's it. And then after that is Tua. All right? We need John Gruden for the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins, baby. Let everybody hear it. And I hope Steve Ross is hearing it. And I hope he's going to call Gruden tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Let me hear it.
A little John Gruden action?
Appreciate that. I don't know if John Gruden's the answer or not, but Stephen Ross did not look happy. He cannot be happy with that product. He cannot be happy with everyone out of the stadium very early on, and that's showing absolutely. I don't know what the answer is, but Mike McDaniel, be careful every time your phone rings these next couple of days, because
as a Dolphins fan, at least I think they looked great doing it. How about those old school unis, huh?
You got the old school. Is that the best thing we can take away from today? Oh.
I would buy an old school uni, maybe one that won.
305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Alejandro from Hollywood.
Alejandro, glad to hear from you. What's happening, brother?
Listen, man, I was at the game. I had to leave in the third quarter, man. I couldn't take it anymore. It was really bad. It was really bad. Going forward, Tua needs to go. Denver did it with Bo Nix. Look where they're at now. They got Bo Nix.
Yeah. Russell Wilson.
The New England Patriots made a big turnaround. So have the Bears. What did they do? They refocused, changed the way they do things, got new coaches, new head coaches, and look where they're at now. It doesn't mean that we can't do it in the future. In the national scene, we're the laughing stock of the NFL right now. Mike McDaniel cannot hold a press conference without the He's I call him Doofus. That's what we call him around in my house.
Mike McDoofus.
And Mike McDoofus. There needs to be big changes going forward. If other teams did it, we can do it too. But man, it didn't look good.
Alejandro, look, I think both quarterbacks today played better than Tua's played the past couple of weeks.
I got a question.
That's the only positive. That's the only positive I can take from the game. At least Ewers had a little zip on the ball.
A little.
He actually scrambled out of the pocket and didn't slide 2 yards before the marker. He tried to dive to get a first down. It's better. He's looking better than Tua, and that's sad to say because Tua is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. This guy we pay all that money, and a 7th round draft pick is outplaying him. Terrible.
Let me ask you a question there, big dog. How much did you pay for parking today?
I paid $55 for
parking.
It's not fair for you that you had to go watch that garbage and spend all that money.
Did you have any drinks?
Yeah, I did. Actually,
you spend any money on drinks?
I said at the club level, I have season tickets, and I couldn't bear to watch, so I just went and hit the bar.
maybe that's Stephen Ross's whole game plan to get liquor sales up. But with this next game against Tampa Bay,
this guy paid the price for disappointment today.
No, I understand. And look, I've been a fan. I mean, I am a fan. What am I talking about? But I know after parking, after tailgating, after buying tickets, after everything that you buy, you're out easily $1,000. And then you go and see that.
Heartbreaking. You
feel as though you've been, I don't know, you feel dirty. I've done this. You feel dirty, like you've been used. You've
going
been
to this
used.
aquarium and seeing a dolphin stuck in a tank, and you're like, you have so much potential, dolphin, but you're stuck here.
You just feel used when you go get your hopes up. You get your gear. You spend money on gear. You spend money on parking. You spend money on tickets. You spend money on food and drinks. You spend money on sunscreen or whatever else.
So many Dolphins tattoos out there being covered right now.
And then they go and do that. And they betray you. I don't know why I always feel that way. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Blowing it up? Go ahead, Eddie.
Hey, two things, man. You took the words out of my mouth. I don't know what happens in the first half. It's great. Second half, dude, there's no adjustments. There's nothing. It's just like we go down. I think they just make studies for the whole week. Just for the first half.
That's a sign of a bad coach. Look, it looked like Joe Burrow and those guys, literally, they felt their way through the first half. And then the third quarter, it was just eat them alive.
He put on a clinic.
And that's been like the whole year, man.
Yep.
It's like we go into the first half, and it's like they only just coach for the first half, and then after that, they're like, let's play by it, you know. But another thing on the second part, on the quarterback, he's a rookie. Yeah. But I saw he has arm strength, man, and I'm not saying he's the answer, but I would like to see him for the next 2 games play. And, you know, with some direction, I think he's going to get better. But we still got to get a quarterback, a coach, and an offensive coordinator. Just for
general manager. We need a general manager.
We need all that. But what we need is look at what's happening in New England when they brought back McDaniels. That guy, how he has that quarterback going in New England. You know, that's something that we just need somebody to do that. McDaniel's everywhere, man. He needs to be a coach or get off the offensive coordinator part. He can't do all parts of that coaching job.
He really did not look very good today at all. This is the game that if you want Mike McDaniel fired, this is the game you point to because they got beat in every aspect of the game. Once again, his adjustments at halftime, or lack thereof adjustments at halftime, absolutely terrible. It kind of looked like the team kind of quit today. And that's one of the things. They don't quit on him. I mean, this is what, you know, when Jordan Brooks gets schooled out there, and he did on one of the plays by Chase Brown for a touchdown, you're like, this is going to be a long day. Our best player, our all-pro linebacker just got cooked. Oh, man, tough day. And look, we always say this, streets need a body. There's one body this streets really want, and I cannot, after what I saw today, defend that, other than let's not make any knee-jerk reactions. But look, you get rid of the GM, you kind of see the writing on the wall. 305-567-0560. Back to the phone lines. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jackson, calling from South Carolina.
Been waiting for your call, Jackson. Bring it.
So what up, Gameday? How you doing today, man?
Oh, man, I appreciate you jumping on the pregame show, talking to us in the chat, and jumping on the postgame show, lending your voice.
Yeah, so not a great game today, but hey, today was just a developed game for Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
It was just trying to get Quinn Ewers to see how he does for the first game for his first start. And he's only a rookie, dude. You expect him to go for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That's not how rookies and, first starts work. You have to, just keep practicing more with the QB because he was only the emergency quarterback, right?
Right.
And they didn't give him that much rest and stuff. And it's just crazy because what they're doing, because it's hard to explain to you because you see Tua, right? Because you see Tua, right? I don't want to say anything about Tua, but Tua got most of the game starts, right?
Yeah.
And
Jackson,
you didn't get viewers. You didn't give viewers anything.
Jackson, you're a bright kid. You seem like a real smart kid, a real bright kid.
Yeah.
And I hope the Dolphins are listening right now because you sound like me when I was your age. And I hope that they figure it out before you're my age and you're sitting here in the studio with a mask on because you're embarrassed to be a Dolphins fan and you keep coming up with reasons to look for a positive. Jackson, I love your optimism on the Dolphins, but I think that they need a miracle. And the answer that they need, they just haven't found it. I don't think the answer's out there just now. They might be another year of this.
But there's only 2 reasons to blame for this. It's the defense and the play calling. That's only it. Because The defense wasn't good today.
No.
You let Jamar Chase go over 100 yards, maybe even 70.
Jackson, if you
But
ever ran for
also-
president, I'm voting for you.
The thing is, the Bengals defense, offense is really good. The Bengals defense is absolutely terrible, but at times today they looked pretty decent. If there are some positives to extrapolate from this game, it does look like Quinn Ewers has some potential. Like I said, let's not get too carried away. He had some zip on the ball. He had some mobility. Those are things that we've yearned for a while. This is also the thing, though. There's no book on Quinn Ewers. Therefore, there's no scheming against him. If he looked okay today, when teams start getting film on him and scheming him up a little bit, he's not going to look that sharp. And he didn't look all that sharp altogether. That's why I say Quinn Ewers looks like a guy who maybe could be a serviceable backup in this league from what I've seen so far. But today, he was a gamer. And that, after we had a guy last week that laughed and joked around with someone who publicly on television yelled into the camera, he's weak AF.
Zero pride.
And then he's laughing after the game with him when he's about to get cut, when his coach is about to get fired.
Zero pride.
You know what? I'm okay with Quinn Ewers going out there and putting his heart out there and playing his heart out. There's nothing wrong with that with me. 305-567-0560. Back to the phone lines. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Gameday, how you doing?
I thought I would be like just demoralized, but I'm actually starting to get really fired up and upset right now. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. How are you?
Hey man, Steve from Sunrise. A couple
Steve,
things to say.
Good to hear from you. Bring it.
First off, I want to say this, and I mean this honestly, Dan Day. QAM, you best decision ever that you guys did this for this after show. I really mean it. I think you should get some kind of award or raise for allowing Dolphin, and I do mean this, for allowing Dolphin fans to call. Without you, all these Dolphins, what would they be doing right now? Like going, bottled up, going crazy. At least they get to express themselves through you, Dan Day, and you should be commended, and QAM should be commended for doing this.
And that's the thing. Misery loves company. At least you're not the only person out there that feels absolutely miserable about this Dolphins organization, not just this team, this organization.
Dr.
Right.
Gameday.
It also gives them a voice. Like
Right.
hopefully somebody's listening to them. It gives them a voice, and hopefully somebody in the Dolphins organization's listening.
Don't worry, Steve. There's people listening.
A couple other things. I want you to think about this. That caller Jackson, all these calls. He seems like a nice young man. Right now, people are in their 30s, mid 30s, when they were his age. The last time the Dolphins won a playoff. Think about that.
I'm people, brother. It's me.
There you
It's me
go.
you're talking about.
There you go.
I'm literally wearing a mask.
There you go. And the last one, how about nobody's mentioned Al Golden, the most hated Hurricane coach ever, was the defensive coordinator today. How's that for rubbing it in even more?
Yeah.
How horrible is that?
By the way, they're statistically one of the last ranked defenses in every category.
Right. Dan Day, I told you a long time ago after the Bills game, and you marked it down. I hope you remember. I said, don't buy the Kool-Aid. Don't get into this. Stay the course. Let's get rid of everybody. Please don't. Even Joe Rose drank the Kool-Aid. Everybody drank the Kool-Aid. And look what we are right now, a lower draft pick. Dan Day, I wish we would have stayed the course.
Steven,
we didn't.
I specifically remember you saying that. And I said, man, we're going to ride the highs. We're going to roll the lows. You go, don't do it. And you said, you're only setting yourself up for what's happening today.
Listen, you can polish a piece of poop, but at the end of the day, it's just a shiny piece of poop.
Oh, man, Steven, yeah, you were right. I bought into some of these wins. I bought into they figured things out. I bought into Mike McDaniel's a genius. Right now, I'm a little low on them. And, I'm probably going to get calmer tonight after I go to Jensen's liquor store, go see Manny and those guys and pick up maybe more than a six-pack and just kind of try to figure this thing out. But today, that was the type of performance that gets people fired. I will say that. Did not look very good. Take another phone call before we go to break. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Dan, it's Anthony from Long Island, New York. How are you, sir? Appreciate your show as always and your hard work.
We appreciate you, Anthony.
Thank you, sir. And if I don't forget, please, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all holidays. Best wishes to everybody out there. So I listened to the game for about 2 minutes in the second half, and when I saw that when Cincinnati scored right away, and he threw the next interception when they got the ball back, I said, okay, I can't watch it. So basically, you know what? At the end of the day, where are we going? I'll tell you what. If this coach, I know that he had a little bit of a window there where he's trying to put together a couple of wins, and he did. If this coach comes back to take this team by the helm again, I honestly, and I'm a 50 somewhat you're a Dolphin fan. I don't think I can watch one game. I can't do it. I
don't think
it's not really a personal thing, Dan. It's you know what? It's just everything about this man. You know, he's very bright. Obviously, he's good. I would think he'd be an awesome coordinator somewhere. I think. At the end of the day, he's not a coach. He's not a man's man. He's not a real coach. And Dan, it's you know the old saying. I'm sorry to repeat myself. I said this in the past, and I call you often. It's insanity. What is the definition of insanity? Repeating and doing the same thing that you did over and over and over. Dan, this man, I don't want to look at his face next year. I don't mean it physically. I mean, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't think of.
You mentioned him coming back next year. I don't think that guy could go to Publix right now without getting something tossed at him.
Oh yeah, and it's you know what? He honestly seems like a decent human being. You know, I bet you he is a good person deep down inside. But this is a business, and you know what, Mr. Ross, I'm going to go back and say, hey, it was Mr. Ross's call to me. I don't care what anyone says about Tua being benched. There's no, he had to do whatever he had to do to say, hey, please sit that man down. Let's try someone else. And the kid, you know what? It's his first game. You know, did he impress me? Not that he didn't impress me. You know, the 2 picks were good, but it's his first game. You know what I mean?
He was impressive enough. And this is the thing about Mike McDaniel. I think he has grown as a coach. I think he's okay as a coach. What I cannot forgive is how he gets murdered in the second half. He is either really bad at adjustments or doesn't make adjustments or just gets out adjusted by other teams. The national announcers are saying it on TV. I see it. Chico City sees it. You see it. Everyone sees it. That is a problem. I cannot forgive that. Does that make him lose his job? We shall find out in the coming days and weeks.
I've been fired for less from places, Dan.